What do you think? Looks pretty cool, no? It's one of the strongest pictures that I took in the message that it conveys, and today I wanted to tell you a bit about how it came to be. Hello guys, welcome back to my Facebook page or to wherever you're watching this video. It's gonna be, I hope, a shorter one than the ones I did before, because I really want to focus on just a few key pictures that I took recently with dance company Corpuscule Danse. They're an integrated dance company, and what that means is that they have dancers living with disabilities dancing and working with dancers living without disabilities, and all those happy people together, they create the most amazing choreographs that I have ever been able to witness. So without further ado, let's dive into Lightroom. If you pay attention, you'll notice that we have a few color pictures on top here that don't seem to have anything to do with the rest of the series. These pictures were exhibited on a public square in Montreal this summer as part of an event called Différent comme tout le monde, so different like everyone else, hosted by an organization called Sans oublier le sourire, which would translate to something close to Let's Not Forget to Smile. So the mission of this organization is to promote the inclusion of people living with disabilities in our society so that they can take part in our society and just contribute to it just like anybody else can hope to do in their life. Okay, this one is probably my favorite one from the whole series. Obviously, when your body has any form of disability, you kind of have to be careful with it, right? And this is what I really like. It's how the dancers who have no disabilities really work with the dancers that have disabilities to make sure that they use every strength in their bodies, but that they also use the weaknesses at their advantage and that they turn those weaknesses into strength. On the right here we have France Geoffroy. She founded a school dedicated to promoting integrated dance, and they called me to take a few pictures of them dancing to redesign their website. And this picture here is a picture of Marie-Hélène Bellavance holding her dancing partner, Georges Nicolas Tremblay. First of all, a woman carrying a man, there's already an interesting message in there. And that's usually the first thing that people notice when they look at that picture. And then I'm like, did you spot it right away? So they look at it a second time and then they see the prosthetic legs and it's like, oh, it shows the strength in the fragility of the human body. And that's just very poetic. If I revert it actually to just the original raw image, you can see that she's absolutely smiling. I thought this was more of an emotional image, so what I did was switch to black and white, and then with the brush tool I just brought down all of the shadows in this part of her face. And then this speaker in the left corner was really bothering me, so I did something that I very rarely allow myself to do. I opened up Photoshop and I just deleted it. And I did the same thing with the hair that was peeking over here, and I did the same thing with all of the little white cotton pieces that were on her black leggings. You know, I'm so thankful that organizations like Corpuscule Danse would want to work with me. They're the real artists in there. I'm just there to capture the beauty of what they do. Let me show you a few of the pictures that we took afterwards. I don't really want to talk about the photos too much because it's more about just showing how beautiful these guys are when they are together. So obviously when the movements are fast, I'm not taking just the one picture. I'm capturing the whole movement, and if I combine all the frames, I can create a GIF image. I'm still shooting this at 1.4, and that's kind of a risky thing to do. Every time they move closer or further away from you, they come out of focus. So I have to constantly focus, reframe, focus, reframe, focus, reframe. You don't even pay attention to the fact that she's missing two legs. You don't see the disability, you just see two dancers. At least I'm hoping that's what I'm able to, the feeling that I'm able to convey when you're looking at those pictures here. Look at this complicity. There's a silent communication happening because they're really working together, taking advantage of the fact that she's missing two legs to create something different. She did this movement where she was like sliding down her back, so I just reframed it in the portrait mode and I get this Z shape. The reason I really wanted to show you these pictures is because I hope it will get you interested in integrated dancing. Everything that surrounds living with disabilities, we don't talk about it in our society. Maybe you'll think differently about amputated people. Maybe you'll just think, oh yeah, sure they can be dancers. Why not? Who needs legs to be a dancer? She doesn't. Take this idea and expand it to anything else. Okay, so I'm just gonna focus on this picture here, tell you a bit of my editing process. I really wanted to create a very soft kind of feeling. I didn't want anything like this, so I brought the clarity down to -13. I've also added a bit of vibrance at +20, but I'm compensating it by taking the saturation down. What vibrance does is that it increases the colors that were quite neutral, but it doesn't touch too much the colors that were already very saturated and very strong. Saturation, it affects all of the colors. I've brought the highlights completely down. Bringing it up or down really helps me get more detail in the contour. To balance this out, I'm increasing the whites. This really helps me reinforce the contrast. In terms of color mix, I bring the saturation of the oranges down. I get more natural skin tones. And that's how I would treat a colored picture that I want to treat as a soft image. There you go. I really like the shape they're creating here. This one here, that's Marie-Hélène's arm, but it looks as though it could be Georges Nicolas' arm. They're really just one piece, really working as one. We should all learn from this. So anyway, it was really beautiful to watch them do their thing. If you ever get a chance to go see a show by them, go see it. It's going to shake your heart. It's going to make you feel some stuff that you haven't felt before. Before I say goodbye, I have one last thing that I want to tell you guys. Like in the first video, I'm feeling generous today, so I've printed this and I'm going to give it to one of you guys. Leave a comment under the video about what you think about this picture, about what it made you feel like. I'll pick one of the people that left a comment and I will send you this incredible image. Thank you guys. I'll see you again soon.